Gaming can be rough, but you know what's even rougher? Not being able to just let your creativity flow as you want because you always have to worry about your slow computer. And that's all just because of an empty bank account that's laughing you in the face. Fear no more, little child, as for I have brought you this. Wow, yeah, how funny. Listen, I know that money's my problem, alright? Or is it? Wait, what are you doing here?
Now, it may seem to you like a gaming setup on the cheap is just an unattainable dream, but a reasonable computer could be possible for as low as just a few dozen euros. It's simply about where you save your money. And to demonstrate that, we built this, and we're gonna show you how you could do it too. First, we had to decide what we were even gonna buy, because not everyone has the same need for peripherals, so your list will probably differ from ours at this point, but you can use a mixture of the same principles, online reviews and forum posts to get everything else you need. In our case, because we were going for the cheapest usable setup, we went with the most basic list possible. Just a mouse, keyboard, monitor, headset and the PC itself. It might not be a beauty, but for its 23 euro price tag, it's all that you can really ask for and even exceeds my expectations by miles. And just to make my point even clearer, this PC isn't just an unusable mess, no. Leon's brother actually uses this as his main setup every day and he's happy with it. It can play YouTube, Among Us, Minecraft and honestly everything the non-hardcore gaming or productivity audience could ever need. For your setup, you first have to find out what you actually do on your computer, because you need the right tool for the job. Like, if you watch a lot of videos, you would probably want a pretty good screen. If you type a lot of text, however, you might not care about the screen, but having a good keyboard could be essential. Sit down and think about it. And when you're done with that, you're ready to take your list and go dive into the world of eBay.
At first, this might seem kind of overwhelming. The sheer amount of computer hardware out there is just too much to cover in a single video. But what we can do is give you some tips on how to research the parts yourself. A good way to start for the main PC is to watch a couple videos on cheap computers. I personally recommend the Scrapyard Bar series by Linus Tech Tips, as it's not only entertaining but also tells you a lot about cheap computer hardware. With that as a start point, you can then look at what else is on the market and compare the performance using sites like User Benchmark. To further help you with that, we put a couple of helpful guidelines to go by when choosing the performance-defining PC parts in the description. For the rest of the parts, it's not that easy though, I'm afraid, as if you order it on eBay, for example, you can't really tell things like the viewing angles of a monitor or the feel of a keyboard. The only way to really get that is to buy it on sites like Craigslist. There you can actually meet up with a seller in person and try the item out to see if it's good enough for your purposes. Now, obviously this video doesn't account for things like a laptop because it's really more intended to give you the best bang for your buck, and most of the time towers just are a lot better in that department. If you really want a laptop though, there are a lot of other great resources out there for that. Yeah, my fucking recording just stopped for no reason. I love this. To recap, we can only say that you can get a PC at almost every price point. I think we've made that pretty clear with this guy right here, but the most relevant factor that you have to keep in mind really is you. It's you. What do you want to do with it, and where can you get the things that suit your needs the best? Those are all questions that we can't answer for you, and although you could theoretically build a setup with only this video as a helper, we'd really recommend that you go out and research yourself, because a setup that is directly cut out for you makes the experience a lot better. It may seem hard, but it's really worth it. And remember though that it's gonna take a while to find exactly the right thing for you if you're on a pretty tight budget. Did I say that correctly? Maybe what you need is Craigslist, maybe it's eBay, but please try to research yourself. Reviews, forum posts, performance comparison tools like user benchmark, or the things in our description can be helpful tools for you. Down there, maybe check out the like and subscribe button. I think they'll surely appreciate. You see this? This is what a show looks like.